Hey everyone, welcome back. It's good to see you all. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John Clayton. I'm a recovering drug addict and alcoholic, and I've been clean and sober since February 21st, 2021. And it's now February 15th. Wow, 6 days until my clean date. February 15th, an awakening of the spirit. The last thing we expected was an awakening of the spirit. Basic text, page 48. Few of us came to our first Narcotics Anonymous meeting let's try that again. Few of us came to our first Narcotics Anonymous meeting aching to take a personal inventory or believing that a spiritual void existed in our souls. We had no inkling that we were about to embark on a journey which would awaken our sleeping spirits. Like a loud alarm clock, the first step brings us to semi-consciousness, although at this point we may not be sure whether we want to climb out of bed or maybe sleep for just 5 more minutes. The gentle hand shaking our shoulders as we apply the second and third steps causes us to stand up, stretch, and yawn. We need to wipe the sleep from our eyes and write the fourth step and share our fifth. But as we work the sixth, seventh, and eighth and ninth steps, we begin noticing a spring in our step and the start of a smile on our lips. Our spirit sings in the shower as we take the 10th and 11th steps, and then we practice the 12th, leaving the house in search of others to awaken. We don't have to spend the rest of our lives in a spiritual coma. We may not like to get up in the morning, but once out of bed, we're almost always glad we did. Just for today, to awaken my sleepy spirit, I will use the 12 steps. That's definitely an interesting reading. Ever since I've been in recovery, I've had issues with my sleeping. Like I haven't had a good night's sleep in over 4 years, and that's no exaggeration. It's true facts right there, and it sucks because you know, like especially when I was in treatment, there would be a lot of times where it's like, because I'd always, like, since I've been in recovery, I'm always trying to keep myself busy, but when I would sit down for like 5 or 10 minutes to take a break or whatever, it's like, it's not like I would just get tired and fall asleep or something. I would just literally go unconscious. I mean, I've got so many holes in my clothes from smoking because I'd be outside in the smoking area, and I'd only be sitting down for a couple minutes, and freaking, it's like I'm not even aware of it happening. It's like I can't control it. But I've learned though, since, and then also too, like I've got these sores and stuff on my legs and stuff, like because I don't get the proper sleep, and usually as soon as your body gets into that deep sleep, that's when your body starts doing everything it needs to do to start repairing itself. But since I can never seem to get into that frame of mind, my body's not healing properly. And but I've learned since then that it has something to do with my nervous system. That for some reason or another, my nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode because of all the I'm guessing because of all the trauma that I endured during near the end of my active addiction, as well as throughout my life, but it was pretty bad near the end there. But I'm slowly trying to do all these natural courses of actions to try and fix that or remedy that. And but the fact that I'm broke all the time, and once I started paying off my student loan, or once I started paying my student loan, well, then now there's two payments, two bills that I haven't been able to pay since I've been paying my student loan. And now recently, well, as of the December that just passed, I took over my own lease because I was under some programming before, because of as part of my recovery, and the fact that to help me find a place to live where I was staying. And but since I've taken over my lease, well, my rent went up like almost $300 or $200, and so now I'm, not only am I paying back my student loan, and amongst the other bills that I'm paying off, and now I'm paying an extra almost $200 on top of my rent, and I sound like I'm just complaining, but it's hard now because now I'm also paying my own hydro now, which is something that I've never had to pay for before. So you know, I life on life's terms. It's something that I'm actually dealing with today, and which is perfectly fine because for the first time in my life, I feel good that I'm finally taking responsibility for myself. That which is something that I was never able to do before. But I've also never been able to stay clean before either. So the fact that I'm almost 4 years clean and sober with no relapses, you know, knock on wood, relapse isn't a part of my story. I don't want to jinx myself and say, at least not yet. I guess I just did say it. But anyway, thank you for joining me today, everybody. I appreciate all of you. If no one's told you today that they love you, well, I love you, and we will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.